one might say that the reason why for most of the world's history people have been theistic, believed in God, because they didn't know better, and they believed that
and you know better. You feel that you know better and everybody else is fool. What right you have to say that? Who has given you this right?
I wouldn't say it would come from me unilaterally or any specific person.
Any specific person,
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
I think it comes from the fact that a lot of phenomenon, like, I mean, just the revolution of the earth around the sun, or these basic things were not understood by a lot of people earlier. And with science...
But early, I'm not talking about early, even today, there are many great personalities. They are scientists also, they are practicing spirituality also. Even today.
Sure.
Personally, you take me, I'm postgraduate from IIT-Delhi.
Right, yeah.
So it makes some sense to see that a person who is postgraduate from IIT-Delhi, he has some knowledge about science.
Sure.
He has knowledge about technology. Then why he is a fool now? That he is practicing spirituality. It has some sense. Let me ask him. Let me go and discuss with him. Why is he doing? Is he getting some benefit out of it? That's what openness we want. We expect from modern youth. We don't expect anything else. At least you be open. You come to us. You ask questions. What makes you, practice spirituality? What makes you do this? What makes you do that? As you go to a professor, ask the question. Not that first day you go to school and you understand everything about science.
Sure.
You spend 20 years, 25 years, and then you come to understand something. Then you will be qualified to make some, missile or something,
Sure.
some technology.
Right.
25 years first you have to study. Then you have to use how to apply it in the life. So similarly, spirituality also we need to invest some time and go into it deeply, and then we reject it if it is not, useful. It is not. It is baseless. It is useless. If you find after investing some time, after doing some research, then I would say it's okay. You can do that. But without doing that, if you just simply say, "Oh, it's useless," that is not logical. That is not scientific.
Sure.
So we appeal to the youth that they should be open. And if somebody is saying, "Oh, don't go, don't ask the question. We have claimed that spirituality is useless. It has no role in my life, one's life. One can be happy without spirituality. The world can be happy without spirituality. The society can be happy without spirituality." He is simply cheating. Because he has given you some laptop, some smartphone, metro, aeroplane, you are allowing him to take over your philosophy of life also.
No, I entirely agree when you say that open-mindedness before you understand or even try to understand what something is about. Blind rejection has no scientific basis.
Yes,
so,
that's what we want.
Right.
Nothing else. We don't want to accept us blindly. You come, try to understand. You have today, if you see, science has neither accepted spirituality nor rejected spirituality.
Right.
It's a 50-50 situation. It's still researches are going on.
Yeah.
So it's a 50-50 situation. So when there is 50-50 situation, you cannot say that spirituality is useless, God doesn't exist, it's all redundant, baseless things.
Right.
When there is 50-50 situation, our proposal is 50% time you give to science and 50% to spirituality.
Right.
Till it gets proved that 100% from the science that there is no God.
Sure.
Till that time you keep giving 50-50. 50% of your attention to spirituality, 50% to science. And then it may happen that you come to conclusion. If you give, like suppose you have 24 hours, give 12 hours to science, 12 hours to spirituality. But are you giving that? If you are not giving it and you are simply rejecting, means you are biased towards science. You are not an unbiased person, you are not a rational person, you are already brainwashed by propaganda.
Fair, I mean, I agree with you there. So, when we talk about spirituality itself, we've said the word maybe a dozen times already. What exactly is the right path? What is spirituality? Because there are so many different schools of thought, so many religions, so many faiths, and you yourself represent a certain school of thought. But are there distinctions, and what would be the right form of spirituality according to you?
Yeah. So it's natural. It's natural. Nothing is unnatural. There can be variety. You see the variety there in everything. Like you go to school. Have you gone to school for education?
Sure.
Yeah. So in schools also there are so many schools.
Right.
There are DPS, there are DAV, there are private schools, government schools,
Right.
and they all have different dress code, different different kind of setup.
Sure.
Somebody has more facility,
Right.
somebody has less facilities. Some schools are top, some schools are very average, some schools are very poor
Sure.
quality standard. So it's everywhere. Why you say only in spirituality? There you don't ask question, why we need so many schools?
Right.
There are IITs, there are NITs, there are BITs, there are no ITs but still ITs.
Right.
That kind of colleges are there. So many varieties are there.
Sure.
So you say, why not only IIT everywhere? There should be only one. IIT is the best. IIT is the best. So why not give everyone best? Why to have other colleges? Let us have only IIT. It's just like that. No, everybody cannot be in IIT. The level of education, the standards of education, the quality of education are different.
Sure.
And to have that level of education, quality of education, a standard of education, you also have to have some standard. Everybody cannot go to IIT because they don't have that standard.
Agreed. Yeah.
So similarly, so therefore IIT is for the certain kind of students who are very talented, and it's natural to have very talented, very what do you say, very intelligent, the cream. We should have a separate setup.
Sure.
That is the idea, and there is nothing wrong in that. And similarly, there are some below that. They should also not feel dejected that I could not go in IIT. I have no scope for it myself in engineering. So for them, there are lower level of colleges like NIT and other colleges. That's how variety is created. That's how so many diversity is created. So that everybody can be accommodated irrespective of their level of intelligence.
So what is the
So similarly in the spirituality,
counterpart?
We come to spirituality, then spirituality also at different schools, different colleges of spirituality.
Yeah.
Some people who are very highly pure, for them high level of spirituality are there. They can practice very high level of spirituality. Like I can say, if I say you become a brahmachari, you leave everything, and become a brahmachari and give up sex life or totally. 99% people will not be able to do that. And if you force him, then it will be artificial. So for such, there are few people like that, and for them very high level, their purity of thought, they are totally selfless.
Yeah.
They don't have the what do you say, material possessions. They don't have the too much desire for gratification of the senses. So such people are taken out, and they are given a certain level of high standard spirituality. And some people are not. So for them, like different levels of spirituality, different schools of thought, and accordingly they are given opportunity to develop, just like that.
Right. So I completely understand that there are varied schools. So
Yes.
that explains why there are so many. But how does one then figure out which school of thought is fit for them?
Yeah. How do you find out which college you have to take admission?
You look around and
You look around, you
Yeah.
go on Google, find out which are the best colleges, you apply for that, and
Right.
then maybe you apply for so many entrance exams, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or how you define which kind of mobile you should have, a smartphone.
Yeah.
There are smartphone, 1 lakh rupees smartphone, there are 50,000 rupees smartphone, 10,000, and in the same showroom you will find all these. What do you speak of different showrooms? Even in same showroom, there are different variety of smartphones.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Sure.
So you may be asking, why so many varieties? Which one is the best, sir? 1 lakh rupees is the best. So why you are keeping 10,000 one? The cost which has 10,000, why you are keeping this? Why don't you keep only best one in your shop?
Yeah.
Because everybody can't buy best. They don't have capacity to pay. But still they want to have smartphone. So for them, somebody has 10,000 rupees capacity. For them, 10,000 rupees smartphone, facilities are less. He can go to the shop. He can buy 10,000 rupees smartphone. He is happy. He has no such concern. Why this person has bought 1 lakh, could not buy.
Yeah.
It's always there, variety, level of people, economic standard are different. So like that, similarly. So therefore in one showroom itself, there are so many varieties of same gadget with the different quality level. So similarly in spirituality, everybody is not that much pure enough to practice highest level of spirituality. Some people want to have lot of sex also. Not satisfied with one wife.
Yeah.
He wants 4 wives.
Yeah.
So for them also there is certain level of spirituality. Okay, you this school you take admission. Somebody wants to enjoy something. So different level of religion. Some where you can find even the Hindu dharma also you see there are so many varieties, so many options are given.
Yeah.
Like that. So that you have to decide where you can fit into. Your nature, your level of purity, how much you have achieved, that you have to adjust and you will fit into that category. So nothing is unusual. As we all are already doing that, selecting which college I should take admission, which showroom I should go to buy smartphone.
Yeah.
So similarly, this spirituality also there. You have to go do some survey. Try to understand what is your level, what is some people, even if you put somebody in ISKCON and he has too much, desire for sense gratification, and we say him, you follow regulative principles, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, but he is addict. So he says no, he will not fit into. So he goes to some other form of religion where he finds that okay, here it is allowed also and I can do some practice also. So that is the reason. There are so many variety of schools.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Right.
So how to choose? You see what is your level and then accordingly you join.
But for that you need to have an open mind and try out different.
Yes, why not?